Hey guys, what's up? Mike Lock here. Thanks so much for tuning in to this video blog. In this video, I want to talk about the pros and cons of working with the website frameworks. For those of you who don't know what a framework is, frameworks are sites that are out there that are pre-built for you. Like WordPress is a framework. Twitter Bootstrap is a framework. Joomla is a framework. There are also online hosted frameworks like Shopify.com for e-commerce. Also, a company called LightCMS.com has a cool hosted framework that allows you to build a website and e-commerce system within their framework. So frameworks are sites that are pre-built for you. Most of them have some sort of back-end, some sort of like a database that's attached to it. Like WordPress has a database that's attached to it, and it has a completely back-end content management system that allows you to go in there and add posts and edit pages and things like that. So frameworks are awesome in that sense. And the pros and cons of frameworks is that, one, frameworks are awesome. They allow you to take an existing pre-built website template and then customize it and go from there and take advantages of all the different things, that the features that particular framework has. Like WordPress has a million different plugins that you can use. Shopify.com, being an online e-commerce framework, allows you to easily get your store up and running. Okay, so if you have the need to add products to your website, Shopify.com, having a framework, have the back-end abilities for you to go in there, add products and stuff like that, and you don't have to build this on your own. All you have to do is worry about changing your colors, changing your logos and stuff like that, and you can customize the site however you wish. So frameworks are awesome. Again, frameworks, I love frameworks because my site's built on WordPress. It's built on a framework. I customize it to my liking, but it is built on a framework to allow me to blog and have dynamic content and all that stuff up and running. So I love frameworks. In fact, people can make a living. They can make $1 million just by focusing on the frameworks alone, okay? Frameworks are awesome. Now, the problem with frameworks is that it puts a damper, or it limits your ability to learn UI design, visual design, HTML and CSS from the ground up. Because with the emergence of frameworks, a lot of people today that are starting out in web design, you tend to not start from ground zero. And where you really should learn the basics of HTML and CSS, learn the basics of UI, visual design, learn the basics of UX, and where things should be placed and where buttons should go and all that stuff. That's a problem that I see with frameworks. Like when I got started, there was no frameworks, and so I had to learn basic HTML. I had to learn code. I was using a WYSIWYG when I first started, and I would view source and see how things are placed on the screen and what the code was. So I became familiar with placing things, and I became familiar with building UI design and growing my UI design abilities. Whereas with frameworks today, all that stuff is pre-built for you. And what happens is a lot of people will take these frameworks and they won't be creative enough, or they won't evolve from the basic default template that they give you. And what you have a collection of websites that look templatized, and they all look the same, and there's no creativity going on there. The other problem with this, frameworks to me is something that is strictly a freelance thing. Meaning, if you're running your web design business, use frameworks. If you're building a shop if you're building a website for the shop down the street, definitely put them on a WordPress blog because it has all the advantages that they need. When it comes to you trying to land a job in the corporate world, companies don't look or don't require a lot of times you to understand WordPress. That's like a bonus. For one, they don't probably use WordPress, or they don't use a framework. All they look for are tight or very good, solid UI designers that they can work with their developers that manages their website, and they just need you to sort of build the front end or design the front end and understand the UX and all that stuff. So when it comes to me landing a job, let's say all the jobs that I've had, cars.com, with Thomson Reuters, Cars.com, Fox, Yahoo, CBS. My WordPress abilities really had nothing to do with me landing the job there, because they didn't need it. They just wanted my visual UI design skills, and that's what they needed me for. So there's two sides of things. There's two things. Frameworks are great. Working with frameworks are great because also they have now responsive stuff, and you can build stuff really quickly and easily and get stuff up running, and you take advantage of all the features. Okay, but that's a freelance thing. That's a personal thing. That's for your personal blog, for all that stuff. But when it comes to landing a job or understanding UI design, that's where frameworks are really not needed. You have to learn the basics of UI design. You should learn the basics of HTML and CSS. You should understand UX and the importance of good user experiences, and where you should be placing buttons and all those things, and how all that stuff works. And don't really rely on WordPress and frameworks to do that for you. You should learn that on your own. So that's what I wanted to get out today. Just really talk about the pros and cons and get you to start thinking about the benefits of working with frameworks, and also why you should understand to learn from the ground up, and the importance of learning from the ground up. So and also, once you learn both, you understand things from the ground up, and you have WordPress knowledge, you can do many different things. You customize it and you can take over the world. So, and that's all I got for you today, guys. I hope that I sort of sparked some interest or sparked some things in your mind and get you to start thinking about this stuff, and you know, keep learning. All right. So if you have any questions on the things that I talked about, definitely visit my website for more information. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for commenting on YouTube. Thanks for all the love I get there. And visit my website for more information, and stay in touch. We'll talk soon, guys. Thanks.